The James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's most advanced eye into the cosmos, floats silently a million miles from Earth, its golden mirror drinking in the universe's secrets. Positioned at the second Lagrange point, it peers into the void, mapping ancient galaxies and infant stars. But recently, its gaze fell closer to home and the asteroid belt, that rocky frontier between Mars and Jupiter, a graveyard of primordial debris from the solar system's birth. This region, strewn with jagged remnants, has always been a quiet chaos, disturbed only by the occasional tumbling boulder nudged by gravity's gentle pull. Yet, something extraordinary pierced this stillness, something that didn't belong, something that shimmered with an otherworldly glow and moved with a purpose that sent shivers through mission control. If you're as gripped by this mystery as we are, hit that like and subscribe button for more cosmic revelations. During a routine sweep to study the belt's composition, Webb's near-infrared camera caught a faint glimmer, a speck of light that shouldn't have been there. It wasn't a known asteroid, not a catalogued comet, nor a fragment from some long-forgotten collision. This object was fast cutting through the belt at speeds no typical rock could muster. It didn't just reflect sunlight. It radiated, a pulsing, silvery luminescence, like a beacon flickering in the dark. Spectroscopic data poured in, painting a picture of a surface cloaked in a metallic sheen, laced with compounds alien to the rocky or icy bodies we know. These weren't the silicates or frozen volatiles of asteroids and comets. They hinted at synthetic structures, layered materials that seemed crafted, not formed by nature's slow grind. The object's path was unlike anything astronomers had seen. It didn't tumble chaotically or drift under gravitational whims. Its trajectory was smooth, almost calculated, curving gracefully through the asteroid belt's crowded lanes. It accelerated briefly, then slowed as it approached denser clusters, weaving between massive rocks with a precision that suggested awareness. Near the orbit of Ceres, the largest body in the belt, it did something unthinkable. It stopped. For nearly 10 minutes it hovered, suspended in the vacuum, rotating steadily, not the erratic spin of debris, but a controlled, rhythmic turn, as if scanning the surroundings with invisible eyes. Ground-based telescopes scrambled to confirm the sighting, but their blurry views couldn't match Webb's clarity. Still, the data was undeniable. This was no natural wanderer. Infrared readings deepened the enigma. The object's core glowed with heat far beyond what a frozen comet or metal-rich asteroid could sustain. Its emissions pulsed in patterns, not random bursts but structured signals oscillating on frequencies rarely seen in celestial bodies. These weren't the chaotic flares of solar radiation or thermal venting. They carried a rhythm, almost like a code, layered with harmonics that whispered of intent. Scientists hunched over consoles, their screens alive with data, watched as the object resumed its journey. It veered toward Mars' orbit, then adjusted its course, climbing above the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where planets align. This ascent demanded energy, vast amounts of it, hinting at propulsion no human craft could replicate by now. Mission control was in a frenzy. Engineers pushed Webb's systems to their limits, recalibrating its tracking to follow the object's swift arc. The telescope, built for gazing at distant galaxies, strained to keep this anomaly in focus. As it neared the belt's outer edge, the object paused again, briefly, before emitting a faint burst of light from its rear. This wasn't the fiery plume of a chemical rocket or the dusty trail of a comet. It was a clean, directed pulse of energy, cold and precise, with no thermal signature or debris cloud. Then, with a final shift in trajectory, it vanished into deeper space, heading toward a path that would carry it beyond Saturn's orbit. Webb's sensors lost it, constrained by angle and distance, but the data it left behind sparked a firestorm of questions. What was this thing? A comet with unknown reflective properties? A relic of some ancient human probe, lost to records, or something far stranger? Something not of Earth? The asteroid belt, long thought mapped and predictable, had just revealed a blind spot. If this object could slip through undetected until it was deep within our solar system, what else might have passed unnoticed? Its controlled movements, pausing, weaving, accelerating, suggested a level of agency that defied natural explanations. If it wasn't artificial, it would require a phenomenon so advanced it mimicked intelligence. The absence of a debris trail, typical of comets nearing the sun, only deepened the mystery. This object was clean, sealed, purposeful. Scientists pored over the data, dissecting every spectral line, every trajectory shift. The object's surface showed traces of complex polymers, materials that echoed synthetic designs, not geological processes. Its microwave emissions, pulsing in nested frequencies, resembled signals more than noise, as if broadcasting to an unknown recipient. Propulsion experts scratched their heads at the energy burst, pure, directed, and impossibly efficient. No known technology in Earth's arsenal could produce such an effect. Theorists began to whisper the unthinkable. Could this be a probe, not ours, but from elsewhere? A silent observer, gliding through our solar system, collecting data before slipping away. The idea was bold, but the evidence it silenced. its precision, its vanishing act made it hard to dismiss. The event forced a reckoning. Astronomers dug into archival records, scouring decades of telescope data for overlooked anomalies. Faint glimmers, dismissed as noise, now took on new weight. Was this the first such visitor, or merely the first we'd caught? The asteroid belt, once a static relic, now felt alive with possibility. If an object could navigate its chaos with such grace, what did that say about our ability to monitor our cosmic backyard? The implications stretched beyond science. Physicists questioned propulsion principles, wondering what could power such a craft. Engineers puzzled over the structured signals, debating if they carried meaning. Even philosophers weighed in, pondering what a silent visitor might imply about our place in the cosmos. This wasn't just a sighting, it was a fracture in our assumptions. The solar system, once charted with confidence, revealed a hidden ring, a silver streak that moved with purpose, glowed from within, and left without a trace. It didn't collide or disrupt. It simply passed through, like a thought crossing a mind, yet its presence lingered, etched in the data web captured. Researchers, across disciplines astronomy, materials, science, signal theory began a years-long quest to decode the event. Every burst of light, every shift in speed, every spectral oddity would be studied with a fervor reserved for the rarest discoveries. The object's path through the asteroid belt wasn't just a journey, it was a challenge. It forced us to confront how little we know even about the space so close to home. If it was a probe, it didn't announce itself with fanfare or destruction. It observed, adjusted, and left, indifferent to our telescopes and theories. And if it passed once, what else might have crossed these same paths unseen while our instruments looked elsewhere? The solar system, for all its familiarity, suddenly felt vast again, uncharted, humming with secrets. As Webb turned its mirror back to distant stars, the echo of this visitor remained. Its data, a treasure trove of mystery, sat in servers, waiting to be unraveled. The story of this fleeting passage wasn't just about an object. It was about our limits, our curiosity, our need to know what lies beyond. Something crossed between Mars and Jupiter, and we saw it. Not a rock, not a comet, but a glint of the unknown, pulsing with questions we may never answer. For more mysteries like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think it was? A natural oddity, a lost relic, or something from beyond? Let's keep exploring together.